Dr. John Vanderlaan and Steve Bradshaw, thank you and thanks, buddy.
Hey there, Papper people. I'm back. It's the LankyLefty 27. This is going to be our final installment of the Bleep Sleep Dreamport Sleep Solutions with Snapper Papper Power. Our last video on it. And we're finally getting to the demos. Myself, as well as Tammy, the angry soccer mom.
Chubby soccer mom, .biz. I'm calling BS. I think your nostrils were fat before you started wearing CPAP. I have a list. People I want to punch in the neck. That's my notebook.
That's your fallback?
Because you seemed weak. I'm not going to lie, I thought it was going to be crap.
Now we also call her Tamiflu, Tamidone, Lorazepam, Nostratamus, and I think there's a couple other in there I'm forgetting.
Whatever, shut up, Jason.
Now, the important thing I want to preface this video with, it's a long one. So I try it out, and I know some of you guys come back here to check out my opinion, but Tammy's opinion on this is actually really good. Tammy has tried CPAP several times. She hates it. She does not get along with it well at all. She has a lot of time spent in sleep disorders. She's actually been working in it longer than me. I think like 20, 25 years. It's been a long time, maybe even longer. Look, Tammy, I have, well, Cynthia as well. I have a lot of respect for Cynthia, but Cynthia doesn't try it on in this video, so boo Cynthia. She was also getting very embarrassed by all the close...
That's what she said. I think you're dirty.
Oh, no. So we didn't get her, we got Tammy. So Tammy is an extremely good tech. I have the utmost respect for her, her professionalism, her professional opinion. She's also really, really hard to impress. She's been known to make some of the mask reps cry or look very uncomfortable at the very least. She's a tough one to impress. Plus, she's super funny. I find her amusing. She is, in fact, the angry soccer mom.
I think you're dirty.
Oh, no. Before we get too far into this, I must say thank you to our sponsor of this video, cheapcpapsupplies.com. Now, the coolest thing about cheapcpapsupplies.com is that you can call them up and you can either pay with it through your insurance. They will do all that stuff for you. Go through insurance, or you can pay cash. How sweet is that? Find out what the best deal is for you, and then you can purchase from them using whatever method works out best. And even better than that, there is a coupon code, LEFTY15, and you get a fatty amount off. You can buy something like an auto CPAP machine, and you get almost $100 off using that code. It's awesome. With that, I know some of you folks are a little impatient with this stuff. You don't like seeing all the stuff kind of build. You just want to get to it. So right here, right now, I will put the time right here. Whoop. I'm going to put the time of where I give my Jerry Springer's final thoughts on the mask. But I do hope you watch the entire video because I feel it's amusing. And then there's a lot of stuff in there that I get questions in the comment section on. And I'm like, dude, that was in the last video. You didn't watch it. If you watched it, you'd know.
Around the nose, and definitely just up over the lip and around your nostrils.
Don't wipe your butt. Get your T-zones.
Sugar.
Get your T-zones, sir.
Right here? You said in my nostrils?
No, not in your nostrils. Just all the way around your nostrils and just over your lip, or around, completely around, the areas where it's going to be, touching you.
Like I'm getting roofied.
That's witch hazel.
Guys.
That's witch hazel.
Right. And when this comes off, it's not killing me coming off.
It's probably removing blackheads.
Yeah, I was going to say, that Bore stripe or whatever.
If I try to put it back on my skin,
yeah, it's a wrap.
It comes off very, very easily. It does not stick nearly as well the second night. So for people who are like, oh, I'll make that thing last a whole extra day.
You sound like Bill Clinton.
I don't know. I just dropped into Bill Clinton just like that.
Wow.
I did not have relations with Matt Lauer, with Matt Lauer or that CPAP device.
Back when I was prez, I kept Bleep under my desk. It stays on real well. I did this all day. And it never came off. Zip it, pervert.
All right, I think I'm clean.
You think you're clean?
Or not, whatever.
That's what she said.
I think you're dirty.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Wow.
We start there.
Yeah, that's a good morning, and then insult each other.
Yeah.
Feel dry?
Yeah.
All right. So we're pretty distinctly different noses, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
I've got round nostrils.
Mine's pretty
Yours
hot.
more.
My nickname was Boner Nose for a long time.
Oh, that's dark.
Better than Flaccid Nose.
Right. You know what?
I mean, look, you gotta put a positive spin.
You really do. You know how to turn that frown upside down.
I'm going to be using that sheep a lot on your video.
Yeah.
Your nose does look like a boner.
Oh, hello.
Steward. You're very gentle.
No, you're missing an attire. It's an eyelash.
Is it supposed to hurt like this?
Does it
Just
hurt?
kidding, no.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Alright, so let's kind of blow out a little bit.
Yeah, that's a good seal.
That's a good seal, right?
So what did you do? You just kind of pat it down, smooth it out?
Yeah, you're just smoothing it out. You're just getting it on the skin. Alright, so.
Does Tear Bear use a nasal pillow?
No, he's a full face. But I've given him the lecture. And he's
You know what, that's
he actually needs it.
Yeah.
Like I've tested it with my
According to Stuart.
stuff, he's got a problem.
He's got a problem.
Oh. I'm sorry, that's a 16.
Ah, dude, that's pussy. Turn it up.
That was 16. Is it on? Come on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's cute. Is it on?
All right, so this is the Dreamport for Bleep Sleep.
Right?
Your steward.
And how many people do you have following you?
12.
Close to 50. 12? 11, not including my boss. So I'm on 10 because you wouldn't put it up to 20.
Well, I had you on 16.
Because you seemed weak.
No headgear.
Alright, so let's, we'll get the side profile here.
Yep.
So,
Beautiful nose. I'm a
What's-
nose bottle.
what is interesting here is that there is nothing touching your lip. Nothing to press on your teeth.
Nice.
He has tiny little lips.
Yeah.
So take a look from that side. Do you see anything touching?
No, not at all.
Nothing. So that eliminates pressure on the teeth,
I'm coming in.
pressure on the upper
Yeah,
lip.
come in hot. I feel like Bane.
No.
Now we're giving permission to die.
You're good at
You did some great
You're
impressions.
I'm
Are you
impressed.
gonna let me borrow this for the night, or is it off the table? You're not gonna hurt my feelings.
I'm impressed.
Well,
There's
what I
logistical.
potentially can do, so I have to take it with me tomorrow
Okay.
for the interview, but we can work something out where I can get you one and you just have to ship it back to you.
Sure. You'll pay for it, though, right?
That's pretty impressive.
So what? So
I'm just trying to.
So no headgear.
Yeah.
You don't feel any leaks around your face, right?
No, not at all. So fun. I mean, that's cool.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was gonna be crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Everybody does, right? It's gonna be crap.
I saw the videos and I was like, no, it looks like it'll be. It has potential, but you
Right,
never
right.
try. You know, but it has potential.
I get it.
You can
That's
look
what
at
it-
something and go, oh, that's gonna be a piece of crap.
Oh, there's a lot of things that have.
Yeah.
Remember that CPAP that people wore on the top of their
Yeah,
head?
the rhino.
Yeah, yeah.
I've seen, and then, yeah. There's been so many shit masks that you can kind of look at them and evaluate them without
Yeah.
Right.
wearing them.
You kind of see where it's gonna
Then you put
fail.
them on and you're like, yeah, I was right.
Right.
This one, I wasn't. I never said that.
No, you didn't say.
I made fun of you. I made fun of you for plenty of stuff, right?
Sure.
But the product isn't one.
I mean,
That's kinda-
it looks comfortable. It looks.
Seriously, my only concern, and you can edit this out, is
I'm not gonna edit it out.
nasal breakdown. You know, if there's any problems with skin irritation, but again, you get that with other masks.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is hypoallergenic surgical foam tape.
And the other thing, I'm not gonna mention the name,
Yeah.
but there's a mask on the market that's it's similar to a nasal pillow, but yet you get the benefits of like as if it's a nasal mask. Like you don't get the dry nose and bloody noses that are associated with it normally.
Sure.
And this feels like that.
So it's
know what I
easier
mean?
to exhale on, don't you think, than a nasal pillow?
Probably. Only can I say that because there's no material around here pushing
Yeah.
it on my
Pushing
nose.
in.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I would say yes.
Well, the orifices are you're exhaling out in that orifices. What a pretty word. The
How the-
orifices are larger
Jason, how's
than a
your,
nasal
how's your
pillow.
large orifice?
Is your large
The
orifice
sphincter
large?
is good. We're
Yeah.
good there.
On both those?
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. There's like no restriction. You like if you pick a nasal
Yeah.
pillow mask and like you pick a
You get
cushion that's
the-
too
the
small,
extra
and
small.
you can feel the restriction.
Yeah.
This is like.
I like the
good.
fact it doesn't go in your nair at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
totally,
therefore,
exactly.
it's like you're not gonna have, because that was like a
You're not gonna
constant
get the
You're
complaint.
not gonna get the irritation.
The
right?
irritation at the opening of your nair, or the air kind of breaking down, the inside, and people would feel like they were, just the rawness of having to, use something that was going in.
So to recap here, everybody here works and sleep, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so I'm gonna take these off. So I just start here.
So what we tell patients in the directions for use is get it started and then hold your skin as you're peeling down the whole way through the whole process.
Just
So you don't over pull.
Do I do it the other?
You can do it from the other side and pull down. We tell people to pull down for both directions.
Easy.
Easy peasy.
Here, Tammy, you can use this one.
Now, fair warning, I am a giant CPAP wiener. I can't wear those breathe rights either because the feeling of it pulling my nares apart just makes me want to punch you in the face.
Really?
Me personally, or to anyone else?
No, you. I want to go out
To North Carolina and punch
North
you.
Carolina and punch you specifically.
Do that for me. So you can have a lot of fun with your patient.
Punch you in the neck.
Punch you in the
Get
neck
a
now.
neck punch is what's going to happen here.
I work across from Tammy pretty much every day. She's never told me that she doesn't want to punch me in the neck.
It's true.
It's not a good day unless she wants to punch you.
Yeah.
I have a list.
Usually
People I want to
before-
punch in the neck. That's my notebook.
That's your fallback.
And it's on 10.
Feel anything?
So it seems like I would. It kind of feels like I should feel something.
But you don't. Like, are you close enough? Like you would right there at the tip.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Feels like I should feel.
I know, huh?
Oh my god. Yeah, but you don't, right?
I hate it less than I thought I would.
You know, I actually hate. I kind of sometimes I don't like
You
the
mean you just
feeling.
hate CPAP?
CPAP in general.
Yeah.
The
hate
feeling,
CPAP.
just the feeling of air around your nose, kind of, it gets cold sometimes.
It does, I
and
agree.
that you just don't. Like,
Yeah.
It's
Because it's all concentrated in.
yeah. Well, it's not.
Even if
I'm not
I
gonna say it's
open-
concentrated.
It's not concentrated.
It's not like a nasal pillow. It's not like breathing on a nasal pillow.
No, it's
It's-
very different.
It's
It's
like
more like
breathing out of a
breathing on a
nasal,
nasal
mask.
mask than it
Yeah,
is.
because the nasal pillow I can't tolerate because I can't have it up my nose like that. It
Yeah.
drives me, just the.
I feel like eventually it'll stretch your nares out.
And it
That
does.
won't.
Does it?
Believe me.
No, the
I gotta test. My nostrils are bigger from using a nasal pillow
Yeah, I
mask.
just felt like it just.
It will stretch your nostrils out.
I'm calling BS.
You call it what BS?
That I think your nostrils were fat before you started wearing CPAP, and you're just. Yeah, no, this is good.
It's not. It's yeah.
Yeah. it's
So
not bad at all.
what's the
This is a wild soccer mom sleeping
Chubby soccer mom.biz.
in her natural environment.
Yeah, no, it's good. It does. It pulls away from your face so I don't feel like it's smothering me like I've got a cat sleeping on my face.
Have you tried that before?
I have. It's not good. It was
So,
like
so when patients say, I feel like I'm suffocating, they're not going to feel that with this? Is that what you're saying? Because it's pulling away?
If it's from pressure, you know.
if it's from
maybe,
pressure, but I mean, I'm
Oh.
on 10 and I'm a wiener.
Yeah.
So it's not at all bad.
you're not gonna have that traditional like claustrophobic feeling with that.
Yeah, I don't-
You know,
yeah,
of something
yeah.
strapped to your head.
So you're saying you feel like it reduces claustrophobia, or could reduce claustrophobia?
I think so because you don't have, I mean, the part of the claustrophobia is that you feel confined. And
Yeah.
this doesn't feel like I'm confined.
Well, I mean, if the patient,
And it's not-
here's the easiest.
There
thing
you go.
to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, but I mean, because
Yeah.
one of those like the headgears that have the magnets, I thought that's the genius for that is that they can just pop that
Yes.
off, easy breezy. And I could see the thing with the thing that bugs me, and it doesn't, and I would adjust is the adhesive aspect of it because I feel just because I don't like that sensation.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, the breathe rights and stuff. But even with that, it's still not bad. And even with
So would you say you prefer headgear more than adhesive?
no, not at all. That's what I'm saying. I would adjust it. I would adjust. It's not
Sure.
so. It's
Well,
not
I mean,
such
it-
an obstacle that I wouldn't be able to.
And here's the
adapt.
thing. So you could actually, after you've played with this a little bit,
Uh-huh.
you'll actually be able to
Trim it down.
you'll be able to trim it
Yeah.
so that you're not using excess adhesive when you don't need it.
What I like about with this too is it does not have the pressure on my upper teeth or my
Yeah,
gum.
it's not pressing on your lip.
Which we went to a conference in Reno at one point, and they were talking about with pediatrics. One of the drawbacks to using CPAP on children is the mask. The pressure on their actually starts making their
Teeth go back.
teeth go back, and then occluding their airway
Airway
even
more.
more. So that's why they're the big push for not really thinking that CPAP's such. But you wouldn't have that with this mask because you would have no pressure on your face at all.
And at the same time, it'll fix when the elderly take out their teeth. They
No,
don't
that's
need,
it.
They don't need
the collapse when
Yeah.
when the dentures come out.
dentures come out.
Because I know a lot of people will wear dentures with the mask just because they can't get a seal
Exactly.
if they don't have their dentures in.
Exactly.
So yeah,
That'd be
so
a
that
good
would
thing
be
for them.
that would be good. But I see the pediatric use of this as being good.
Of not moving the teeth around and
Not moving the teeth around, and
not
also
moving the jaw.
when you're talking about a younger child with
Bones.
reasons, the also just the fact that they can't rip it off. You know, when you're doing a little kid, you know, that's just like, you know, that it doesn't have that it's taped enough that you're not going to easily just.
So would you have a pediatric size, or do you believe that would fit?
Down the
I'm
road,
not
we
talking
will.
infants.
Yeah.
I'm
We are
talking
not.
peds.
We're not applying.
Yeah,
it does
pediatrics is
take
a whole new ball of
second.
wax with
Totally.
FDA.
Oh yeah.
So what's your initial reaction? So obviously you've said you don't like CPAP as a fan overall, even
No.
though you're in the field.
I am well, and I like the results of CPAP. I think CPAP's a worthy thing. It's just to use it personally. I don't practice what I preach typically. It's I find it difficult to wear. So
have you been tested before?
no, well, I've been tested like we've all been tested when we're testing out equipment on each other as far as sleep studies. I've had multiple sleep studies. So luckily at this point I'm probably 10 pounds shy of needing it, but someday. But someday I'm pretty sure. I'm dreading the day.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, now there's a new mask.
Yeah, no, seriously, it's good. It's very good.
I know it is. It actually is. It is innovative, for sure.
Yeah, and I think
So what was that part again?
I said it's all right.
I think, yeah, it ticks a lot of the boxes that are huge obstacles that people can't get over.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
If it's breaking my hair off, I'm not wearing it. There's vanity reasons. That's going to be a thing.
And if the heavier straps are making marks on the face, that's not happening either.
Yeah, or we get people aren't going to wear it if it's just too miserable.
Yes.
Mask lines, leaks, weight of it, headgear.
If you can't
That's
get
a lot
somebody to
of-
wear this 10 days in a row, CPAP 10 days in a row, they're done.
They're on their own.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't.
They're probably on their own
Compliance
pressure,
shot.
or they
Yeah.
have some
Yeah.
mouth leak issue.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's easily solvable, but
So do you see this being an advantage for new patients who are starting out on therapy for the first time? Does it give an advantage if you don't have all the other nuisances that come along with traditional masks?
I don't know, and here's why I say this, is because I think sometimes you have to know that you have the problem. You don't know you have the problem. I would be afraid someone's going to see that and they're not going to have these other issues that this solves.
Sure.
And they're going to think, oh, I don't like it because of this, or I don't like it because of that. But they've never tried a different type of mask. Oh, like we were saying earlier. Oh, does that adhesive bother me more than the headgear? Absolutely not. But if I had never tried a headgear, I wouldn't know that. You know what I mean? So I could see maybe you, I think the person it's really going to be beneficial for is the people that have tried a traditional mask and didn't like it. Because it's, once a person overcomes the thought that CPAP's optional for them,
Yeah.
then they get more serious. And once they get more serious, then I
Starts
think
going.
then this stuff starts becoming, those compromises aren't real compromises anymore. Those are just little hurdles.
angry soccer mom approved.
That's
Angry
right.
soccer mom approved.
So when you get your FDA approval, you're gonna hit Jason back up and get some samples out.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I know that was a lot of information. Let's go ahead and break it down from the last 3 videos, or even just this one. What are my final thoughts, as well as Cynthia, as well as Tammy? What are our final thoughts on the mask? This is what we came up with. Okay, keep in mind, we haven't tried this mask on for an entire night. Typically when I'm doing a test on a mask and I do a review, I'll use it for 2 weeks minimum, up to about a month. So I get a really good feel of it. I also have patients obviously trying them out in the lab, and so we get a lot of feedback there. I wasn't able to do that with this mask, so keep that in mind, whether you think that's good, bad, or indifferent. Look, we see a lot of masks. We've had a ton of people come in. I've been working in this field for almost 18 years now. I have seen a lot of masks. You get to the point where you can see a mask and you know if it's going to be a winner or not. Quite frankly, I think the Dreamport is going to be a winner. There's just too many boxes that it checks for it not to be. As of right now, my only concern with it is the adhesive. Does the adhesive stay on all night? And does it cause breakdown of the skin? That's really it. Let's talk about the positives right now. And these check a lot of boxes for people as far as things that are problematic with their mask. The biggest thing about this mask, the Dreamport, is that it has absolutely no headgear. Keep in mind, no headgear. It has no headgear. So this is what no headgear solves. I poked fun at this in a previous video, but this is actually pretty amazing.
Look at a dog with a sock.
You don't have to worry about headgear sizing. Is this mask gonna have, is this headgear big enough? Is it too small? Is it too large? Do I have to constantly readjust it all night? No, you don't. Some people have a problem with the headgear pulling too hard on the back of their neck and they end up getting neck pain. It's not gonna do that. The mask also, because there's no headgear, isn't gonna be pulling into your face. You don't have that claustrophobic feeling of something driving into your face. Completely gone. Some people have a hard time with headgear because it breaks off their hair or their hair gets tangled up in it and gets pulled out. Not a problem with this. Some people have a hard time with the headgear riding up on the head, causing the mask to slouch or sag or leak. With no headgear, not a problem. And then one of the biggest things about no headgear is there's not gonna be any of those lines coming across here. Because of the way it attaches here, there's not gonna have air blowing around your nose. So you'll get that with nasal masks and you'll get that with full face masks where the air, sometimes people can feel it rushing around, causes your nose to itch, causes your nose to feel really cold. Because of the design of this, you're not gonna feel that. And if you do have a nose itch, you can just go ahead and scratch it because there's nothing blocking your way. Now with the Dreamport, you're also not gonna have nasal breakdown. At least you're not gonna have it from the pressure of a mask pushing on your nose or pushing around here. It's just attached here. If you have any nasal breakdown, it's gonna be from the adhesive. Now, stop. Now, do I know it's gonna do that with the adhesive? No. I had a very easy time getting the adhesive off when I was done with it. Granted, I didn't have it on all night. Now, could you be allergic to it? Stuart said that the adhesive is hypoallergenic. I know we use hypoallergenic tape in the sleep lab and people that are allergic to it. Sometimes it's fine, sometimes it's not. All we can do in the lab is actually give them a sample. They can put it on their, on their arm or something and test if they're gonna be allergic to it or not. You can do the same with these pads. I'm sure there's a way you can order just a little piece of it. Do a little allergy test on your skin before you order, a bunch of these things. And find out that way, find out for yourself. Because I don't know, it's a legit question though. Okay, with the Dreamport, there's gonna be absolutely no adjusting and readjusting of the mask all night to try to get it leak free and try to get it to fit right. You're just putting on those little tabs right away, the little Dreamports, the trumpets we were calling them, and that's it. It's gonna be on all night. Getting it off is gonna be super easy. You just attach, pull the tubing off of the shorter tubing, and that's it. Head off, go to the restroom. Something I really loved about it when I had it on, this had the feel of a nasal mask, and that's a good thing. Some of those things that looks like little trumpets actually go into your nose, they don't, they're under it. Really all you feel is the adhesive. And was it annoying, as someone would probably ask? It really wasn't annoying. At first I thought it would be, but it wasn't. It didn't bother me. It didn't bother me at all, like I kind of thought it would. It was something that I noticed it was there for probably about 30 seconds to a minute, and then after that, it was done. The mask was extremely light. As you saw in a previous video, it weighs less than an ounce or right at 1 ounce. The next closest mask to that is the P10, which is by ResMed. It's also very light, and I think it comes in at 1.5 or 1.6. Now, one more thing that was kind of interesting is that like with pediatrics, you can't use CPAP masks on them because they're growing. And so if you're wearing this mask that's clamped here and clamped here, it's almost like, when you bind feet, other cultures will bind feet and then they don't grow. The mask will do the same thing. So their face is trying to grow, but they have a mask here holding it on and their face can't push out. So if this were ever to be applied for FDA approval for pediatrics, that would be really cool for that population. They're not doing that right now. I'm just saying that could. Now, another thing that's great is some folks that have to wear dentures, when you take out the dentures at night, you have nothing for the mask to sit on to push against. And so they'll have to wear dentures while they're using it. So if you wear dentures, this would be the mask for you because you can have your dentures out and it's just going to be attaching to your nose. Simple. Now, one of my concerns with this, again, is the adhesive. How will it hold up all night long? My thoughts is it's going to be fine, but it's an unknown. Now, another concern with it is, now pretend like you have a standard mask and you have the cushion that goes along with it, and you're supposed to get supplies on this date. And for whatever reason, say your DME doesn't supply it or you don't get the mask in time or whatever, you can still use that cushion. You can still use it for, over the time it's supposed to be good for, as long as it's in good shape. Sometimes it'll last a year when I think they're allotted about 3 months that they're supposed to last. But People use them for like a year. With these, because they're disposable, if you have a 30-day supply, it's gonna last you 30 days. Then you're out. So even if you do use something like this, which again, at this point right now, I would highly recommend it, assuming that it gets FDA approval, I would absolutely use it, but I would still have a backup on hand just in case there's some kind of a problem with getting your supplies and getting the disposable component of it in time. Another concern is cost, but again, not really. Masks are so expensive now that, who knows? Who knows? I'm guessing it's going to be right in line. Stuart has mentioned, hey, we're just making it. We're selling it to, we're the manufacturer. We sell it to the middleman, and then it goes out from there, and they charge whatever they want. I don't think they have much control over it. And then again, a lot of this, if it's insurance driven, is dictated by Medicare. One of the best things about this mask, besides it's extremely comfortable, it's extremely lightweight, it solves a lot of problems. And the nicest thing for me, because I order supplies at our lab, is it truly is one size fits all. You don't have to worry about headgear size. You don't have to worry about pillow size. It is what it is. There's no question about it. You just get it, and that's what it is. You don't have to size it. No more sizing templates. As far as inventory for DMEs, how awesome is that going to be? Then as far as it's so user-friendly in every aspect that I can't believe it. So here's what I think. Either ResMed, Respironics, and Fisher Paykel are going to get together and assassinate Stuart Hetherington, which is a good possibility, because this is going to massively shake up the CPAP mask market. So you should probably buy them out now. Or the other thing is, if they don't, what's going to happen is Stuart's going to be a happy guy.
Sir, now that you've got your check, do you plan on quitting your job driving this truck?
Truck driver? I ain't no truck driver. I'm a
Sleep Tech.
That's right, baby. I just bought this truck straight cash. And I got enough
Cash
to last me and my family for the rest of our lives. I'm rich, biatch.
Hey, let me know your thoughts below. Let's start a little conversation. I like comments. What do you think of it? Some people thought Stuart was a charlatan. He's not. He's a nice guy. He was extremely open. He's a CEO. He was sharing all kinds of information with me. I was actually a little shocked with it. Some people said, hey, he's a little too lackadaisical as a CEO. Well, technically, I'm a CEO of a company. Could I be less professional? No, I don't think so. But I am technically the CEO of a company. Scary thought. You can be a CEO too if you fill out a little paperwork and send in a check to the state government. Not that hard, really. So when this thing comes to fruition and you're having a hard time with masks or not, I would absolutely jump on it. If you've ever tried a traditional style mask, you're going to try the Dreamport Bleep Sleep Dreamport Sleep solution that's compatible with 47 snurgle gurgles of snapper papper pressure. You're going to find that it is extremely comfortable, and I think it will outperform any nasal pillow mask and nasal mask on the market. Hey, thanks a lot. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any comments, comment below. Check out my website, freecpapadvice.com/forum. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and if you haven't yet, give this video a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. Please check out our sponsor, cheapcpapsupplies.com. Our sponsor's helping us out, so please help out our sponsor.